So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. The Community Shield is upon us, and it is a debut for Big Steve. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. Very good. Are you?
I'm well, man. I'm well. It's the first time you've been on the channel. It's been a long overdue first time on the channel. I know you're always busy as well, mate, and I appreciate you giving up your time. But listen, everybody in the chat, make sure you are subbing to Steve's channel. The link will be in the title. We are going to obviously have a look towards the Community Shield, which we got in by default, which is a bit crazy.
Invite only.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I look at that and I think, well, we didn't win anything. Man United won a cup. Surely they should have got in. But the way it worked, I don't care. Listen, it's a chance to go to Wembley. Obviously, I'm not going to be there, sadly. Last time I went to Wembley to watch us against you, Aguero chipped the goalkeeper from a goal kick. 2017 League Cup final. Yeah, day to remember. But I want to start off with your thoughts on obviously the outgoings that you've had. The transfer window shuts in less than a month, and you've got rid of Mahrez. You got good money from Mahrez, man. And listen, it's a player that I've loved watching, man. He is unbelievably skillful. What a footballer. A joy to watch, and a massive loss for the Premier League. But he's gone. Gundogan, Mr. Clutch, he's gone. You've brought in Kovacic for a reasonably decent fee, 20 odd million. And then you brought in Vardial for about, what, 90, 85? But are you weaker? Are you stronger? Are you there or thereabouts the same? Like, how do you see your window so far?
Well, Gundogan's massive. Like you say, I was working at City the other day and they put a VT on of Gundogan, like a tribute. And fucking, I was nearly crying because you forget about the things he's done, you know what I mean? And the goals he's turned up with and that. The thing is with Gundogan, we're going to play Phil Foden in midfield. So regarding Gundogan's numbers this season, I think Phil is capable of hitting them numbers. I think he can get the assists and he can get the goals that Gundogan scored. Even though he's a slightly different player, I do think he adds something to the midfield. Riyad's a bit different because Riyad Mahrez, obviously, you're a big fan. The first touch class, you know what I mean? He gets in most teams in the Premier League. He just had a bit part role last season, but I think we're a bit light on the wing. I do think we need a wide man. Don't get me wrong, Bernardo Silva's going to probably play there at the beginning of the season, and that's not a bad right winger to have, Bernardo. But when you look under that and you've got like Cole Palmer and Oscar Bob, young kids and that, they're not quite good enough. So at the minute, I think City are light on the wing. I think Guardiola is a great signing. I think he's young, he's hungry. I've seen a few sides of Guardiola. I've seen him get ripped by Messi. I've seen him dominate Haaland in Leipzig and then get absolutely terrorised off Haaland at the Etihad when we scored 7. So I don't think he's going to start straight away. I think Guardiola's going to ease into it. I think Laporte will now leave. I just think it's freshening up. He's 21 years old. He's probably going to sign a 6-7 year contract. Him and Diaz, very aggressive. Guardiola's good with his ball. I've seen the stats. He's good at coming out of defence. His passing accuracy is like 91%. Exactly what you want from a Pep centre-back. So, and the new system with the 4 centre-backs at the back, John Stones going into midfield, things like that. You don't know whether Guardiola might have that kind of role, but from the left-hand side. So it'd be interesting. But when you ask the question, are we weaker? Don't think we're weaker. I think we're different, if that makes sense. And I think, you know, when you've won a treble, there's not an awful lot more you can do, you know what I mean? So we're just tweaking it. By the end of August, when the window shuts, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Like you had a better defence than us last season by, I think, 10 goals. I think it was 10 goals better than us. And 7 of them goals, by the way, were you scoring against us. Yeah, so that 10 that we conceded, more 7 were against you, which is kind of crazy. But to go and spend that much dough on a centre-back when you're already decent defensively and dominate every team that you play pretty much, like, for me, that's like, whoa, hold on. Like, out of all the positions on the pitch you could have strengthened, centre-back would have been the last one I would have picked. I would have said midfield for sure. Yeah, with obviously Mahrez and Gundo going, yeah. But I agree. I think you need a winger. I do think you'll buy a winger. Who that is, I have no idea. But as a City fan, I'm pretty sure that no matter what Pep does, you're just like, cool, we're going with it. Yeah, like
we're just rolling with it. Yeah, we're rolling with it.
What are your expectations this season, though? Obviously, if the window shuts right now, do you still think you'll win the title? Do you still think you'll compete for Champions League again and try and retain that? Do you think you'll compete on all fronts? Obviously, we know that Pep always likes to go for every competition. The only way you can do better than last season is to win all 4, right? And that's a tough ask. Yeah, and Mahrez, I think, bagged 15 goals last season off the bench. That's 15 goals you have to make up somewhere else now. And I do think Grealish should go up a level, and I think Foden 100% will. He's quality, man. But what's your expectation and your aim for this season?
Listen, the aim for every season now as a City fan is just win everything. You know what I mean? Every competition we're in, we've got to go for. We're the best team in Europe. You know what I mean? We've won a treble. The treble's hard to do, mate. It's an exclusive room. There's only 2 teams in it, both Mancunian teams. You know, the treble's fantastic, and living it last season and going. It's all about rhythm and momentum. And there was a part of last season, Forest at home. Forest away. We drew 1-1. We were looking very disjointed, very, very laboured. Haaland wasn't touching the ball. De Bruyne wasn't really at the races. And I was driving home from Forest, and I thought, you know what? I don't think we're at the races. I don't think we've got it in us. Nothing's looking like it's going in the right direction. We're looking a bit stop-start. And then Cancelo got fucked off. The charges came out. Pep did the press conference. Galvanised the whole club. The fans went, fuck this. Everyone wants us out of it. Let's just forget everyone else. Let's have it. He switched the system. Ake at fullback. John Stones in midfield. And everything just seemed to go mad. We just galvanised each other and we went for it. So it's more of the same. I expect a stop-start first 10 games for City. We always start slow. But if we're anywhere around the top of the league with 12 games to go, then nobody stops us when we're on that final hurdle. And it's a mentality thing that the fans have got it, the players have it, and we sort of don't panic. We know what Pep's about. We know what the team's about, and we trust the sort of, I know Arsenal use it, we trust the process, but we literally do. We don't panic. With you guys, I thought that a lot of the fan base just fucking went mad when you went like 10 games and won them, and then everyone was like, we're going to win the league, you're shit. They'd be coming to me, you're fucking finished. Arsenal's this and Arsenal's that. And I was like, well, hold on a minute. It's fucking 12 games gone. Yeah, but we've done this and we've done that. And the amount of messages I've got in my inbox, mate, is fucking hilarious from some Arsenal fans that they literally thought that Man City were wankers and we were just fucking shit. And then at the Emirates, when I came down and I said, look, I had to sort of do some psychological warfare because I thought, the players are doing it on the pitch. Well, we've got to do it as fans with the content creators. I've got to get in the Arsenal fan base head a little bit. So I dropped the shark thing in because I could sense that there was 50% of Arsenal fans who were confident thinking they were going to do it. There was another 50% that were sort of on the fence and their asses was going. So I knew we'd do it. I just knew we'd do it. Arsenal are a fantastic team. They've got great players. They play great football. But the mentality wasn't there. Their asses went. When City started to turn the pressure up, you can't lose 12 points in the last 10 games and expect to win the league. The end of the season is different to the beginning of the season. The end of the season, you've got teams fighting for relegation, Europa League, Conference League, Champions League. You've got players fighting for contracts, bonuses. Brighton turn up, they fucking beat you. Brentford turn up, they beat you. Beginning of the season, you flatten them. And I think that's where Arsenal went wrong. But we know what we're doing. We've been in it before. 98 points, 100 points, 89 points. We just got to hit them levels and hope that we can keep the same level.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I'm going to have to duck out and duck back in because my Mac is moving crazy. Bear with me 10 seconds, mate, yeah?
No problems,
This is lagging like a bitch. I don't know if you can even hear me.
No worries.
I'm open. 10 seconds, mate, yeah?
No problems. Listen, people, welcome to the Big Steve Show. You know, his Wi-Fi, he's on McDonald's Wi-Fi there in Spain. It's fucking crap. You know what I mean? But listen, you want to talk about trebles, we'll talk about trebles, yeah? This guy, Super Erling Haaland, he won the treble. He broke the records, 52 goals, You know what I mean? It is what it is, people. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But next season, going to be a good season. Arsenal, can they do it? Are you going to put the pressure on us? We're waiting. We're the top dogs. We're on top of the mountain. We're waiting for you guys to turn up. Can you drag us off the mountain? Don't know. Will you do it? I don't know. All I'm going to say is calm down. Don't go dancing outside the stadium if you beat Aston Villa at home 2-0. Don't have a full-blown karaoke competition on the pavement outside if you go and beat Burnley at home, because that won't win you the league. Relax. Get your boys over the line. Keep going to the end of the season. That is all I'm going to say. His Wi-Fi is gone. He's finished. You might just end up with me here talking about City and that, but it is what it is. You've made some good signings. Declan Rice, Havertz, bit dodgy with that one. What do you guys think? 60 odd mil. Is he going to do it? Maybe. I'm just hosting your show for you here. I'm just having a chat with the lads.
Mate, I have no idea what is going on. Like, honestly, I'm lagging all over the game. I feel crystal clear and I'm just all over the place. I don't even know if you can hear me.
Yeah, it sounds like it's running dead fast.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's fine. Do you know what it is? My Mac's so hot and I've got a fan right on it. Yeah. And it's never done this until I want to do a show with you. It's crazy. But listen, waffle on for another 5 minutes while I go and get a cold towel and put it underneath my Mac. Yeah, I just see the game going.
No problem.
Sunday,
No problem.
I'll be myself. I'll be back. Sorry, mate. I'll be back.
No problems. So, listen, right. Man City, Arsenal, Community Shield. How's it going to play? Is it going to be a competitive match? Is it all about fitness? Is Arteta going to show his first team? Is Pep going to show his first team? We don't know. All we've got to do is go with it. Sunday, Wembley Stadium. Finally, football is back. Arsenal, for me, have they improved? Yeah, I think Declan Rice as a signing. I think Timber as a signing is bang on. Havertz, I'm unsure about. New goalkeeper to challenge Ramsdale. Yeah, you're looking a bit better there now, Lee. Can't hear you now. You're on mute.
Behind, mate. Oh, this is jarring as fuck, mate. I'm miles, mate. It's super slow motion, my end. But you're crystal clear. You're fine.
You're dead. You're fast at my end. It's running dead fast.
Yeah, it's weird. Go on, keep going, mate. I'll come out and come back in. Fucking hell, typical, innit? Sorry, mate. Bear with me. Yeah?
It's all right, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, Ray, the goalie coming in, he's going to put pressure on Ramsdale. I think he needs that, Ramsdale. I think he needs that pressure because he has got a little bit cocky. You know, he's probably looking at the sub goalkeeper thinking he's not going to take my place. But when I spoke before with Lee, it's a mentality issue. Certain players, Zinchenko, Jesus, Jorginho, people like that, they've got a bit of a winning mentality. They've been there before. If the chips are down, they can rise above it. They can get the team over the line. But there's certain players in that team who probably lacking a bit of mentality, thinking, nah, Man City are on us, worrying about it. And like you say, the lack of games near the end of the season gives you time to worry. In training, you're worrying all week about the game. You think, right, we've drawn at West Ham. We'll put it right against Liverpool. You draw against Liverpool. You put it right against Southampton. You get beat at Southampton or draw or whatever happened. Then he's playing on your mind. So that's where I think Arsenal lost it. I think Arsenal had a fantastic season to do. I've been a big fan of Arteta ever since the big 6 days. You know, people were giving me grief. Yeah, you look fresh now.
I'm back, finally.
I've just done about 45-minute show here. We're going for it. But,
Right, do you know what it is? My apartment is probably about 45 degrees right now. I've got the aircon on, I've got a fan on, and this Mac, I could boil an egg on it. Yeah, it's roasting on there, it just slows down. So I've had to put a cold towel in. Listen, I appreciate it, man. Typical, innit? And it's probably going to be skipping and lagging and everything for people watching. So anyone watching, just bear with us and try and struggle through it. But listen, big up, man. But no, I was listening to what you were saying about Declan Yeah, for me, quality signing. Yeah, I've liked Rice for a long time. The one thing I worry about with Arsenal this season is Xhaka has gone, and I think he got 7 goals, 7 assists last season. Yeah, despite me not thinking he's a good player, he had a great season last season. Declan Rice ain't going to replace them goals and assists because he ain't that type of player. So where do we get that extra 14 GA from? Yeah, and then that's like 1 in, 1 out. So we've only really added Timber and Havertz to that squad. So it's technically the same squad, plus Havertz, who's bang average in my opinion. And Timber, I don't think the manager knows where to play him. He's played him on the right, he's played him on the left. He's good quality, by the way. He's touching, and the way he plays, he's so comfortable on the ball. But for me, we need a striker. We need a Harry Kane, an Ivan Toney, somebody of that ilk that can bag 20, 25 goals a season, because I don't see how we're going to score nearly 100 goals, which is what we need to overtake you. Yeah, because you've got that machine up front that's just going to bag another 30, 40, 50 this season. Then you've got Foden, you've got Grealish, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, you've got Bernardo. Yeah, we've got Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, but we need that focal point for me. And I think if we don't get that, I don't see us winning the title this season. I think we'll struggle, mate, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, Jesus, you know what you get with Jesus. He's not a 25 goal a season man. Obviously, he works hard. He brings a lot to his game. He is a great player. Don't get me wrong. Declan Rice is an elite signing. That is a kind of signing that does make you a better team. Jack has gone. You know, I seen you play Man United pre-season. You got a bit of a kicking in there. Probably could have done with him. I think when you've played Rice on his own with 2 number 8s, it's not been the best. I think when you've played Rice with Partey, I think that link up. Same with England. When Rice plays with Calvin Phillips for England, they're brilliant. Calvin plays for us in a Rodri role. He can't do it. He needs a double pivot. He needs that extra man with him. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, because Arsenal have backed him. The board's backed him. He's spent a lot of money now. There's no excuses. There's nowhere to hide. You've got to win something this season. You've got to win something because, you know, you won the FA Cup early doors. Great. You spent the money. You look like you're going in the right direction. But, you know, Man United finished second to Man City under Solskjaer. They went out and signed Varane, Ronaldo and Sancho. Now, that is a window and a half. If you look at that window, you're thinking, fucking hell, we finished second. We've signed Ronaldo, Sancho and Varane. We're having it. They finished fucking 7th for some of the season after. So it doesn't always work that way, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's
going to be interesting to see what happens.
And the thing is as well, we can't throw the cups away this season. Yeah, we have to play our best team in the Champions League. And for me, that's going to cause more injuries and more problems because, you know, we have rested. Like when we play Sporting Lisbon away, we got a 2-2 draw. Very lucky to get a 2-2 draw. But the return leg at the Emirates, we rested most of the team. Well, we can't do that in the Champions League unless we qualify out of the group. Yeah, and even then, on the second leg, we can't be doing that at 2-2 away from home, come back to the Emirates, rest of the players. So it's a big season for Arteta. It's a big season for some of these players as well, because there's players in this team that I just think like you really need to step up this season. Like really need to step up. Yeah, like a lot of talk about Thomas Partey. Will he go? Will he stay? He's our most important player. I don't care what anyone tells me. That guy, when he's not in that team, we look a shambles in midfield. And Martin Odegaard, can he hit the level again? Can he get 15 goals? Can Martinelli and Saka get 15 again? You know, Jesus, I know he's injured again now, just had some knee surgery. But can he get 10, 15 like last season? There's a lot of questions. And then can Saliba stay fit? Because a lot of people are putting our capitulation down to him being injured.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. But the goalkeeper was shoddy for 8 games. Yeah, Saka disappeared for 8 games, which he did the season before as well, because he's overplayed, worn out by that time of the season. Yeah, and then Thomas Partey's running around like headless chicken trying to cover everyone's job. So it's a big season for Arsenal, and it's going to go one way or the other. We're either going to start like a house on fire and we're going to be like, boom, we're back again, or we're going to struggle big time. And sadly, I think it's going to be the latter, mate. We've already got Reece Nelson out. We've got Zinchenko out. Jesus is out. You know, we've not looked great in pre-season. I know that, listen, I think you lost nearly every game last summer, didn't you? And then won a treble. So it's all about fitness. I get that. But for me, he's trying too much. He's trying to play players at right back, then left back the next game. number 8, then number 10, then right wing. And it's like, I know he's trying to test different things, but we got to hit the ground running, mate. We won 9 out of our first 10 games last season. I don't see us doing that. So straight away, we're on the back foot.
Yeah, well, listen,
it's going to be a long season.
We always start slow as well. But like you say, it's when you arrive at the business end, when you start putting the results together and the rhythm comes, that's when you need it. Champions League, we've had a couple of kicks in the bollocks over the years. You know, we've been very inexperienced. Last season, we played it nice. What we did is we went away and we realised that don't force the game and maybe lose it. Just relax, get a point, get a draw, come back to the Etihad. Etihad Stadium at the minute, mate, it's a fortress. People underestimate it. They can call it the Etihad all they want. Real Madrid got sucked into a trap at that Etihad Stadium and they didn't know what had hit them.
You absolutely slap both of them, man.
I spoke to somebody this is how mad Pep is, yeah? In the Bernabeu, we drew 1-1. Bernardo Silva never went at Camavinga once in the Bernabeu. I said to somebody that works at City with Pep's staff, I said, fucking hell, Bernardo didn't have any joy. You know, he Bayern Munich, he ripped him apart. He didn't go past him. Grealish wouldn't go past his man and all that. And he went, maybe they were told not to. So I went, what? And he went, maybe they were told not to. And I said, seriously? He went, players were told not to show Real Madrid the full deck of cards, get the result at the Bernabeu, lull them into a false sense of security. First minute at the Etihad Stadium, Bernardo Silva gets the ball, runs at Camavinga, fucking roasts him. Next minute, Real Madrid's all over the place. Marca, the paper over there, said Real Madrid was led into a trap here. They didn't touch the fucking ball for 20 minutes.
Mate, Vinny Jr. was saying to Ancelotti, we're going to actually attack and all that, isn't it? You know, he was like, we're going to actually do something.
They couldn't believe it. And that's the best Man City have played for years, the way Pep did that. And I think we're a different animal in Europe now. I think we've had our stupid naiveties. I think the Bernabeu the season before, where we shown them too much respect. They came back and fucking beat us. I don't think we do that now. Bayern Munich, European heritage, fucking dealt with. Real Madrid, European heritage, fucking destroyed. You know what I mean? Went to Istanbul, didn't fucking drop the ball like we did against Chelsea. Finally believed we were going to do it. Finally, as fans, we thought we belonged there, and we did it. And I think City this season, they've just got to keep doing what we're doing. The club from top to bottom, I'm involved in there now, and I'm seeing it. Like, I've been filming in the studio in the training ground, and I drive in the players' entrance and go around the training ground. Fucking hell, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop, man. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Colo Torre's there the other day, training a load of kids. I'm stood there just watching him, putting him through the paces. And Calvin Phillips, I was chatting to the other day there. But no, the club's brilliant, mate. From what I remember it as, back when I started watching him in '89, we were fucking shit, mate. Like shit. So,
mate, it's been one hell of a journey. I can't lie, and you've been everywhere ever since, mate. I remember I said you up on the stage saying, "Who went York away?" Yay!
Yeah, he was on the stage. I went, "How many of you went York away?" That was the worst, mate. York away was bad because I remember coming out the ground and they were all singing "You're Not Famous Anymore," and it proper hurt, man. I was just like, "This is fucked. We're fucked, man." And I thought, 30,000 at Main Road, and we're getting done off York. Went to Chesterfield in the cup. Caleb Folan scored for Chesterfield. I think he went and signed for Wigan. And we stood up behind the net, no roof, piss wet through. Manchester City getting beat off Chesterfield in the cup. There's loads of that, but them days I look back now. I love them. I love them days.
Last time I watched Arsenal City was at the Emirates before I moved out here. And there was an older lot, they must have been in their 50s or 60s. They were walking towards the ground. It was a night game. And I said, I bet you lot are loving life, in you. And they were like, mate, we're living the dream. And that was 4 years ago. They were like, we're living the dream, mate. He goes, we've been everywhere watching this club. He goes, and we could never have believed we'd get to this point. So they've probably had a heart attack winning the treble last season. Do you know what I mean? But no, fans like that, they deserve that, mate. You've been everywhere. You fully deserve it, mate. Yeah. Like,
you imagine Man United in the FA Cup final, yeah? Their incentive is win the FA Cup, stop Manchester City winning a treble. We beat them. Go to Istanbul the week after. Win the fucking European Cup for the first time ever. The treble. We've won the treble. I'm like, it just felt complete. You know what I mean? It just felt like
it was time,
when you stick with your team through thick and thin, it's for days like this. Of course, we won the lottery. Of course, we got Sheikh Mansour. Fucking brilliant, man, what he's done for us. And he's changed my football club from a sleeping giant that was always cocking everything up to a fucking elite football club mentality, turnover, global in 10 years. So, you know, it is a journey. And like you say, when you've done it my way, when you've been shit and you become good, it's good. When you've been good and you become shit, that's hard to take. So
yeah, it's like a rich boy that's born into a rich family, and then he inherits all the money when they pass away, the family, but then he spunks it all. Now he don't know what to do. Yeah, but
exactly.
if you've never had money and you've made money and you lose it all, you know how to make it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly Man City. Yeah, mate. Listen, it's been a joy having you on, man. Sorry about all the cock ups with the Wi-Fi.
No
Well, not
problem,
Wi-Fi. It was my Mac. Big up to everybody who's tuned in. Listen, you're going to be at the game tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, Sunday even. You're going to be at the game on Sunday. Wembley holds a special place for me, man. Like I've never, apart from the final in the League Cup, I've never seen Arsenal lose. Yeah, a final. Yeah, like Chelsea. Yeah, nobody gave us a prayer when Conte won the league that season. You know, Per Mertesacker masterclass. But yeah, that Chelsea final, wow. But yeah, I've been to Wembley quite a few times. Tottenham obviously played there. Seen us lose against them, but in finals, I think I've been to 4 finals at Wembley and only ever seen us lose one, and that was to Man City. Obviously, this is different. It's a Community Shield. For me, it ain't a trophy. It's a glorified soccer aid, but I still want to beat you. You know, I want to stick a marker down and say, no, we're coming for you this season. So it's going to be interesting to see what the manager does. But give me a score prediction, man. How do you see it going?
I think it'd be a very good game, entertaining game. I think City win 2-1.
I was extremely confident all week until I see us play Monaco, and we got bullied. Yeah, and if Ben Yedder could finish his dinner, mate, it would have been a rout. But we lose on pens.
You reckon?
We lose on pens. Yeah, I think we lose on pens. I don't think it goes extra time, does it? I think it goes straight to pens. So, yeah, we lose on pens. Listen, man, what you got coming up on your channel?
I've got a Charity Shield preview with Curtis Shaw. That'll be on tonight. Doing a lot of Man City work at weekend for the official channel. I'm on the pitch, Wembley, before and after the game. And then world exclusive, I'm on the Overlap Monday. Sky.
Come on.
Come
yeah,
on.
can't big up. Make sure you sub to Steve's channel. It's in the title, people. And listen, blessed for giving up your time and hosting the show for half of it.
Thanks for having me on, mate. I appreciate it, mate.
No, always, man. Love. Listen, we're out of here, people. Get your score predictions down below in the comments. Sub to Steve. And don't forget, I will be doing a watch along on Sunday. I'm back with rants later this evening as well, people. So make sure you tune into that 6 p.m. UK time. But for now, we're out of here. Ciao.